Hey everyone. This lab is the initial router configuration. So we're going to configure this router and these two subnetworks. So here, we'll move them here. So first connect the S1 and S2 switches to the R1 router using the lightning icon in the following logic. Connect the R1 gigabyte Ethernet 000 interface to the S1 gigabyte Ethernet interface. So do that. We'll connect this one to this one. And we were not supposed to do it like that. My bad. Control Z. We need to use the crossover cable. And we need to select Gigabyte Ethernet 0 in the switch. And then we need to select Gigabyte Ethernet 000 in the router. And then we'll do the same thing again with the other one. We'll select Gigabyte 0001 and we'll select Gigabyte 002. Oh no, 01 for this one as well. So we connect to the first gigabyte port on this one and on the first gigabyte port on this one. And then we connect to the first and second gigabyte ports on the router. And then we can, to establish a proper connection, click on the lightning icon and choose the Ethernet straight cable. But, okay. So let's use this straight cable. I don't understand why it's saying use the straight cable. Is it going to use it? It should be a crossover cable because their router, okay. While connected to the R1 router, CLI, access the global configuration mode and configure the Gigabyte Ethernet to use this IP address with the submask of this. So to that, we will need to first get a end device that can connect to a router. So we'll get a laptop. We'll get a connection. We'll get a console connection, an R232 to a USB, to a console, sorry. And then we'll go into here and we'll log to the terminal. So now if we enter a couple times, we see that we're a router. We'll hit enable, make us so we're in privileged exec mode. We'll do IP address 192.168.0.1. And I don't think that was our command. Configure terminal, sorry. Okay, so this is what I have to do. So configure terminal. And then we need to go to interface gigabyte Ethernet 0/0/0, and we need to configure this to the IP address of 192.168.0.1. So we've gone into the Gigabyte Ethernet port, or we're in the interface to the Gigabyte port. Enter. Incomplete command. Why is it wrong? Oh shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. I need to add the submask in there as well. Okay, so if we'd enter now, and so if we go to config quick, or just go to we'll go to our router quick. If we go to the router, pretend like we are setting its settings. We go to our first port, you see it changed our IP address and our submat to this. So this is as if you were like logging in through your computer, through your terminal, without using the GUI. I just hit my toe. Okay, and then we need to do the same thing for the other one, I'm guessing. So we'll go hit test quick, almost verify that the port is up. How do we verify the port is up? No shutdown. We gotta go back into there. And we gotta go no shut down. Because if you remember right, shutdown makes it so shutdown shuts down the port, and then no shutdown turns on the port. So now change stat up. Go. There we go. Sorry, I completely forgot. S3. Connect the R1 router to the CLI access global configuration mode. 601. Okay, so yeah, we gotta do the same thing for the other one. Exit. We need to go interface 1. Do the same thing. We need to we need to configure it. So now this port has the IP address of 10.0.0.1 with some mask of 255. Bro. Now it's on this submask and with this private IP. Now if we enter, now if we go back, view this, we see that this is still 192, but now our second one is set to this IP. And then, so now we'll hit test. Oh, we need to make sure it's enabled, so we gotta do our terminal. And we gotta go, no shutdown, no space. Enter a couple of times, hit exit so we get out of the configuration for that port. We will now save the configuration. So we'll copy the running config to the, we'll copy the running config file, which is the one we just edited, config, to our startup config file. So I'm gonna hit enter. I messed it up because I am dumb. Still an error. I need to exit once and then I need to go to copy running big 2 start big. Okay, hit enter. Check. There. Now we see the OK, so now it's copied. Sorry that took so long. And then it's saved and we exited, so we'll test. When connected to the R1 router, make sure you are in privileged access mode and display information regarding its current IP configurations. We'll go to desktop, I mean a laptop, we'll go to its terminal, and we need to display. So how do we do that? We show IP interface brief, which will be in my notes. The interface brief, yep, displays IP config information. So go back and we will here. Oops, did not mean to change that. I don't know what it was. Oops. Okay, so router. Now we need to change it, so we need to go show IP. I'm lazy. Paste. There. So now we can see, okay, our interface of our first gigabyte port, it's 192 and it is up. Protocol is up. Now we can hit test. Okay, configure Dan and Gil's PC. So now we have added 2 subnets to this router, or configured 2 subnets to this router. Now we need to configure which computers connect to which subnet. So we'll go here, config, and we need to change the IP of this config. That way, the default gateway is set to the first submask, 168.0.1, and this one's IP is going to be 192.168.0.2, or I mean, yeah, 2. And then the submask is the same. .0.3. No wait, this is 1, sorry. 3. Well. 2. And 3. Hit test. Oh, we need to verify that the submask, verify the subnet mask of Jack's PC. Oops, 255.255.0. Now we hit test. That's it. Oops. So I'm having a hard time loading this lab, but the last task is just a ping. You would just ping 10.0.0. And then Sean's PC was, I think, the 4th one. That'd be 3. If I remember right. Check by going back to here, saying okay. Yeah, CLI with the IP address of that. We need to go here, and I think it was this one. Jack and Sean's PC is 10.2 and 10.3, so 10.3, so Sean's PC. So if I was on Dan's PC, I would go to the command line and I would type ping.3.3.3, and I would see that there was no connection made because they're both on different subnets with different private IPs, so they wouldn't be able to talk to each other. I hope you enjoyed. I've been waiting for this for about like an hour, so it just won't work.